Hey YouTube, Ultimolatino here. I'm gonna finally give my opinion on McCain's vice presidential pick, Sarah Palin. I held off giving any snap judgments about this woman until I felt I got enough facts about her to make an informed, independent opinion. And my opinion is this. She has the makings of a good vice president. That being said, she is not ready to be on that ticket. And there's a lot of reasons for this. She is not ready. Now, I'm not talking about experience-wise, even though it can be argued, because, it can be argued that Obama and Palin both don't have that much experience. But when you look at the entire situation politically, Palin does not have the experience, the qualifications to be the vice president of the United States. Period. And Obama does, in the sense that he is already an international figure. Respected internationally, respected nationally. He knows the movers and shakers on Capitol Hill, and he'll be able to get things done. Palin is so new to even the political arena. Let's be real here. Even politics in general, that this entire situation culminated with the fact she didn't even know what the vice president did up until recently. Lends credence to the supposition that she has overplayed her hand. She is in over her head, and she doesn't belong there on that ticket. Because you have to think about it in terms of the country. She is not ready to be president. When you choose a vice president, you're choosing someone who has to be ready to jump into the shoes of the president at a moment's notice. Now, look at McCain. This man is 72 years old. He's probably only going to run one term, which means that Palin would be the next in line for the Republican Party. Not to mention the fact that McCain has had health issues that, let's face it, could mean he could croak in the middle of his presidency, in which case Sarah Palin, this woman no one has heard of outside of Alaska, this beauty queen, is now the leader of the free world. I don't believe Sarah Palin has the intestinal fortitude to undertake the task at hand. Like, take 9/11 for instance, right? Now, during 9/11, when they were scrambling fighters, these fighters were unarmed. But what they could have done is ram the fighter jets into the hijacked airliner and take them down. Now, the president, he was off in down at that school doing this whole my pet goat thing. So it was left up to the vice president. That's a vice presidential task. Do you believe that Sarah Palin could make that call in that time allotment? That the hockey mom is able and ready and willing to decide who lives and who dies? I don't believe so. Now, let's get into her politics a little bit. She has been running on the whole, we're Republicans, we're for small government, this, that, and the other, but let's be real, she's a neoconservative. Neoconservatives are not for small government. Okay, they've been strong-arming classical conservatives like Ron Paul out of the party. She is a proponent of creationism. Right off the back, this woman is not getting any scientists to vote for her. Just with that alone. She wants creationism taught alongside evolution in science classes. I mean, don't get me started on that one. Richard Dawkins is going to have a field day with this woman. 2. She wants abortion to be illegal. I'm saying that again, illegal. Okay? Forget taking into account the societal, legal, just medical consequences of such a thing. She does not approve of it in cases of incest and rape. So much for so-called getting rid of big government. You know, she doesn't mind, the government telling a woman what she can do with her uterus. They say that she combated, corruption and cronyism and all this pork spending and all that stuff in Alaska. Wow. Big whoop. Okay, let's be real. Alaska is not a heavily populated state. Okay, I'm not saying that the political landscape of Alaska is not complex. I'm sure it is. But she is not ready to deal with that on the national level, on the federal level. She has no idea what she's getting into. And another thing, honestly, I think the ticket would have sold a lot better had McCain's and Palin's roles been reversed. If McCain was her VP and she was running for the presidency. I know that makes some people laugh, and I can see why, because Palin as the president is like, what, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's like, you want the young, fresh-faced kid as the president, and you want someone with a great deal of experience backing them up, so that in case something horrible happens to the president, we're not dealing with someone who hasn't gotten their feet wet yet, stepping into the shoes of the most powerful person alive. That's why I think the Obama-Biden ticket works. Because Obama, he doesn't have that much experience, but he has enough. And if something horrible were to happen to him, you got Joe Biden stepping in there. You get how, it's an equilibrium thing here. The Republican ticket is the opposite. If something horrible happens to McCain, you have someone who couldn't have dreamed stepping into those shoes not a little while ago, just being thrusted into them. It doesn't make any sense to me. Nothing against the woman personally. I mean, she's a looker. Let's be real. And in this day and age where image is pretty much everything, that's gotta play to her advantage. I'm with her on the whole guns thing. She's a member of the NRA. I respect that. But on the whole, I don't think that she is ready to command the greatest, most heavily armed, sophisticated, highly trained military machine in the history of mankind. I don't think she's ready for that. I don't think she's ready to have her finger on the nuclear trigger. There are things that she is not prepared to do. There are, tasks that the president has to perform in the event of a crisis that she is not ready to deal with. Now, before he became president, I never thought George W. Bush was qualified enough to handle those situations, and he was the son of a president. And look what 8 years of him has gotten us into. I mean, can you imagine what the world at large would say to us if she became the president? Half the world would be shaking its head. The other half that hates us would be pointing and laughing at us. So, Palin, I think you're in over your head.